Hi, this is a response to the video that I watched regarding actually there was this lady talking about Japa syndrome. For me, I just wanted to react to that video, and the I think when you're already abroad or when you're not in Nigeria and you have um someone saying, don't leave Nigeria, it kind of sounds like, you're already out of there. Why are you discouraging people? So again, it's okay to kind of share your advice or recommend based on what you've heard of or what you've been told, based on, based on the fact that you're coming from a place of experience, whatever that experience may be. It's important that we also let people make their choice, because even our creator has given us the free will, and that's why we are able to do whatever we like. So again, we need to not come off as, we're trying to discourage people from leaving their respective countries to go abroad to other countries. We need to be, mindful of how you come across to others, because it will look like, we're telling them that, and we're saying, okay, Nigeria, this for example, Nigeria is this way and that way. um you can make so much out of Nigeria and the situation, and these particular people are saying no, they just want to leave. So I think it would be best to give advice, like I said, like recommendation on what to do, rather than just discouraging people from doing what they really want to do, which is moving to other parts of the world, maybe for greener pastures or for whatever the reason may be. So, again, just being mindful of that. So, now thinking about that particular video that I watched, actually, I watched a couple of videos, and one of the other video that I watched was saying something about a particular um a certain man that went to the UK, and then the wife, some kind of altercation with the wife, and then the wife put him out, and this man was making millions in a month in Nigeria, a very successful man. He even built his own house from the scratch. Again, this goes back to the same thing. For example, I know people um, from Nigeria that have made a lot, that I would consider very successful. And this is not even that I would consider very successful, and their business um that I would consider very successful, and their business, really blossomed. They had a good apartment, great job, they had everything they wanted, but still, they still relocated to maybe United States and other countries like that. So again, we all sit back and say, oh, this person is very comfortable in Nigeria. And this examples I'm even talking about was like maybe 10, 15, even 20 years ago, or even more. But they still decided that they wanted to move away from Nigeria. So again, talking about the influences of, not being so proud of where we are from. I also want to emphasize that it's okay for someone to make their choice. So again, we don't always want to come across as, don't move, don't leave Nigeria, especially when you have things going on for you. You're going to go to a harsher experience abroad. I think is kind of, like I said, comes across as we're trying to, you know, discourage someone when especially the person talking is actually not in Nigeria, for example. So again, just making sure that we're not, you know, giving such advices, and even getting a little bit personal, and even maybe getting a little bit personal about their responses when they ask questions like, okay, you're telling me not to come to not to leave Nigeria, to make it in Nigeria, but meanwhile you're actually not in Nigeria yourself. So again, just being mindful of what we are saying, and just giving them that opportunity to make up their minds, and not to feel like we're being selfish. So again, making up their minds will all solely depend on them. I think, in my opinion, the best approach will be, you know, allowing everyone to understand, okay, if you go live somewhere, like a place where you're already established, like a place like, for example, Nigeria, and you're already very comfortable, you have things going for you, you have a good job, you have a good job, you have great schools for your kids, you already have that, your lifestyle established, you already have a routine, you have everything going for you. Why would you want to leave Nigeria, for example? um Again, giving them, examples of what they can face, preparing them on what the expectation of living outside of Nigeria would look like based on your experience and what you've seen. So again, I watched the video, and this lady was saying that nothing ever prepared her for what she's experiencing in abroad, after leaving and moving from Nigeria. So no matter how we even try to advise other people, or try to prepare them, they're still not going to be prepared enough, just basically just listening to your videos or advice or recommendation. They still have to experience for themselves, because we also have to understand that everybody's path is different in life. Just because I went through something doesn't mean that you go through it. So again, nobody has exact the same experiences as others, so it's going to be a little bit different. So just bearing in mind that we don't all go through the same things, and making sure that we understand that, and knowing how to encourage others, advise others, recommend, whatever the case may be. So just speaking on the Japa syndrome, for me, what I really wanted to share was making sure that whoever is trying to embark on a journey, being, that you are really established and you have things going on for you in Nigeria. I'm going to use Nigeria as an example because that's where I'm familiar with. So let's say, for instance, in Nigeria, you have things going on for you, and you really feel like, you just want to leave. My own recommendation would be, depending on your situation, definitely do not go as make sure you have your documentation, like your papers, your stay, whatever that route is for you, making sure that you know that you want to be legal. because you don't ever want to be illegal in a foreign country, because that on its own is already like headache. So you want to make sure that whatever route you're coming through, you're going to have your papers, you're going to be established, you're going to be documented. You're also going to make sure that you have something planned for yourself. What is it that you're looking at doing when you relocate? So for me, I wouldn't really say don't relocate. I will only say try to do your research for sure. Like a lot of videos I've watched, they're encouraging that you do your research, which I absolutely agree with. Do your research, have a plan, watch as much videos as you can, ask questions, listen to other people, try to know as much as you can, and try to, have a plan of a um specific have a plan and a specific idea of what you're actually going into. Again, it's never going to be enough. You still have to go through that experiencing, and you still have to understand the system by having actually going through living through that experiences. So because just hearing from someone is not going to be enough for you. So that's what I'm going to say. So I'm hoping that as more people do videos, they're really considering how how they pass on the message, where it's not coming off as you know don't jackpot to this country, don't do this, don't do that. Meanwhile, the person talking is actually living in a different country other than their original country. So that's just my take. um that will be all for now. Thank you for your audience, and thank you for listening.